up, everybody? This is your boy Chris Beats. So we are showing you how you can make beats inside of Reason Studios. So I'm going to be using some players first and foremost for this situation, for this live stream that we are doing right here. We're going to be using some players. So the first player that we're using is Chord Sequencer, and Chord Sequencer is simpler. Chord Sequencer is similar to some of the other VSTs you might know, like Ripcord, for example, and things like that. CBC Voter, what up? Welcome to the live stream. What Chord Sequencer is going to do is give you the ability to have these pre-made chords. If you're not familiar with how to create chords yourself, you have these pre-made chords that you can use in order to create a chord progression. So right here, you will have the ability to create a chord progression down here in this area right here. And what that will also do is that will allow you to be able to create a chord progression like you've never had before. What's up, DL? Welcome to the live stream. So right here, we're seemingly in a C minor jazz fusion contemporary jazz chord set. So we got a B flat minor 9, F minor 9, and a D flat major 7. So some nice chords that's happening there. All right, cool. Let's load. All right, I got you. Let me make sure I get my vocals up, baby. Let me get my vocals up, baby. Get the vocals up, baby. Get the vocals up, baby. Get them vocals up, baby. Yeah, yeah. Let me get them vocals up, baby. Them vocals up, baby. Get them vocals up, baby. Yeah, yeah. Let me get them vocals up, baby. Vocals up, baby. Get them vocals up, baby. What about now? Let me test it. Let me check it. Let me test it. Let me check it. I gotta remember. Okay, cool. So we should be able to hear me now because I can hear me now. Let me test about now. Let me test it. Let me check it. Yeah. I can hear myself. Okay, cool. So as I'll go ahead and explain that again, and we can even restart this thing over from the beginning part. You know what I'm saying? And turn my headphones up. That's right. Let's get it. So we have Chord Sequencer here. Chord Sequencer is set to C, and a lot of these chords are pretty much minor chords, and we're using C minor essentially. I really like using C minor a lot anyway, so this just works perfectly for me. So we have B flat minor 9, F minor 9, and D flat major 7. So if I wanted to create these chords, it would look something like this. These are what some of these chords would look like. These are what these chords would look like if I was playing them with a different instrument, for example. So if I come over here and I play my piano, here we go. Here's our piano. Here is that first chord. We could do something like that. Here's the F, and then there's our C. Okay, so. Once you know how to really get into them chords like that, then you'll be able to have fun. But if you can't really get into those chords like that, that is where something like this, ripcord, scalar 2, that's where something like this will come in handy, because you could just come in here and you can just find those really nice chords. See what I'm saying? Those really nice, lush sounding chords. Oh, I like that one right there. You know what I'm saying? So this is the chord progression that we cooked up earlier. Like I said, that's essentially what we're doing. Here's the beat right here. So if I just look at just Chord Sequencer, here's our chord progression. What's up, Brazuka? Welcome to the live stream. So here we are with just these chords right here. Okay. Here are these chords right there. Let me see what it said. Can you play those with your MIDI keyboard? Yes. So I'll come over here. It looks like their voicing is a little bit different. So for example, here's C minor 9. So C minor 9 over here. If I bypass this guy, let me see real quick. Essentially, they're doing different voicings, right? But I could do a C minor 9 or even some of the chords that they're doing. The first chord that we're playing is a B flat minor 9. Okay, so I wish I had my other little key, I could show you my I don't want to get all deep into what's happening or whatever, but just, oh, here I am. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live stream. Essentially, I had to reinstall my OBS like tonight, so that was unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? That was unfortunate, but nonetheless, here we are. We have our reason. We have our camera here. I could show you the camera and whatnot so that you guys could be able to see it. All right, cool. So, oh, what did I say? I said B flat minor 9. All right, cool. So I think I was doing like a B flat 7. So if I come over here, why am I not? Solo again. There's our chord right there. Let me see exactly how they're playing it. They're playing for this B flat minor 9. They're playing a B flat, and then they're playing some notes together. So C, C sharp, F, and G. So they're playing like this. But you can always transpose it. You can transpose it and play it differently, like that. See what I'm saying? So when you transpose it, you probably can't see my hands, but I'll show you right here when I come over here. Look at this part of look at that part of the screen so you can see what's happening here. So here is what they were playing. They're playing it like this, right? See how it's lighting up? I play it like this. This is one of my go-tos, or this one. So typically I have like two styles of chords that I do. I'll do an open chord and a closed chord in terms of the inversions, because that's what it is. It's an inversion. So the first chord, that's an open chord because pretty much they're kind of spread out, and then we just have that B flat on the bottom. But if I close it, meaning I have notes that are together like this, if I close it, I could close it even more. I could do something like that, right? If you close it like that, then the notes are more clustered together. So with the notes being clustered together like that, that's my closed inversion, and that's my open inversion. So open, close. Now, how they were playing it was like a second inversion or a third inversion, which is like a midway thing, because they still got these two notes right next to each other, and it's just a different, a different area. So, but all of those is just inversions. It's the same chords, the same keys, but just a different inversion. See what I'm saying? Just a different inversion. And there might be a reason why. Most times, I started to turn this into just a piano session where we talk about keys and voicings and stuff. When it comes to chord voicings and it comes to piano voicings, one of the reasons why you would change a voicing is so that your top note will be, a certain note. So I can play a C major, and that makes my top note a G. But if I change the inversion, now my top note is a C. And if I change the inversion again, now my top note is an E. And the great thing about the top note, the reason why the top note is important, hi Christian, the reason why the top note is important, he always want to come in here and play music when I'm playing music. The reason why the top note is important is because a lot of times your top note feeds into your melody. So that's the reason why we might play that chord over this chord, but it's really the same. It's the same chord. See what I'm saying? Like, same feeling. For me, because I'm playing, I just play the ones I'm used to. So I know how to get to my open chord, or I know how to get to the open chord, and then I know how to get to the closed chord. So I typically will do those two voicings. Hopefully you are paying attention to these blue notes. Hopefully you're paying attention to these blue notes. But with that being said, hold on, I gotta shout out my boy Brazuka. Shout outs to you, my boy, man. Appreciate you, man, for the super chat. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Appreciate you very much. Okay. So let's get back into the tutorial. So we've been basically talking about chords. Chords, because chords is like, most foundations for tracks, most foundations for beats is going to be your chords. With your chords, you can then do your bass line. With your chords, you can then create melody. With your chords, right? You could do all of that stuff if you just have a simple chord progression. So just listening to our track, starting with the keys, I already added in some drums too, but just if we're just listening to the keys that we started with, if I can get to them, here's our keys. And what you can do with chord sequencer is you can hit this button right here, send to track. And when you hit send to track, it will send those notes into the sequencer of Reason. So now it's not just playing from the player, but now it's playing in the sequencer, right? So with that, we can now see these bass notes. So if I know how to play bass, key bass, for example, then I could just go crazy and play a bunch of key bass, right? So I could do that if I wanted to. I could do it simple, you know what I'm saying? I could play it simple or whatever. Or I could just take these notes, I could just highlight them. I could hit Control C, so I copy them. And then I could come down here into my bass area and then just paste them in, right? So that's an option. That's the option that I can do. So now I just have those bass notes there. Okay, let's fix this bass real quick. I'm gonna add something to this bass so we can just give it a little oomph. So I like using Audiomatic Retro Transformer, you know what I'm saying? Add a little bottom to that. That bass is from Sample Tank, from IK Multimedia, Sample Tank. This is the P bass, Fat Finger amp. And of course they do also have Moto bass as well. So yeah, those bass VSTs are pretty decent. I like them. Now, DL did ask a question about strumming chords. Now, chord sequencer can't play them strum, right? But what it can do is it has this humanized area. So if we wanted to turn up the timing and the velocity, that would change the way our chords get mapped out. I'll show you, for example, right? So I turned up the humanized area. I'm gonna show you where it is right here in chord sequencer. Right here in this area, it says humanize, right? Now, if I humanize those chords, it will change the start times of those chords. So we do got a little strum on this first one. We got a little bit happening on the second one, happening on the third one, and the velocities are different. If I look at them compared to the original, everything comes in on the one, all of the velocity is the same. So that's the difference between humanized, for example. So we can even, duplicate this so that we can hear the difference between the two. I don't think it copied the chords over exactly how they should be. I think we needed to move these guys so it can copy the chords over better. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit track. So this is just chord sequencer, and we've looked at chord sequencer before, but just in terms of a tutorial for cooking up beats inside of Reason. you can start with chord sequencer because that will help you get some chords. You can also do scales and chords, and you can also do polystep sequencer. Now, the thing I was going to bring up polystep sequencer because you were talking about using a strum. So let's say if I have this guitar here, for example, not that one, but give me this softer one. All right, cool. Let's say I have that guitar and I want to get some guitar strums. I can do polystep sequencer instead of chord sequencer. And the reason why I would do that is I can get some of those same chords. So I'm already here in C minor in polystep sequencer. I can go to our A, what is this? Our A sharp or B flat. That's our first chord. And then the next chord was a F. And then the next chord was a C. It's like a C sharp or something like that. So what we can do is we can create chords in polystep sequencer. Okay, so to create a chord in polystep sequencer, we already have our bass note here, and then they have this one called height, and then you could just draw it up. So there's 2 notes, there's 3 notes. That's a simple triad. 4 would be a 7th, and then 5 or 5 or more would be extended chords into the 9th category, right? So let's slow this guy down. I think it's even slower than that. And then, doom. Yeah, that's it. Something of that nature, right? So what's cool about that is you can come down here into strum. They have a very specific one called strum. We can add strum into these chords. So now these will specifically strum at that tempo. Like, you know, we have that specific strum. So that's a little slow. And we can change the direction of the strum. We can make it go faster, slower. So that's great for like guitar, right? But I think we gotta fix our chord. I could probably draw the chord out better than what they did. This is a minor, C minor, A sharp. Yeah, that's the right one. We gotta change. I know you can change the form, so we gotta change the form. Change the form so we get the chord that we want. Yeah, that's a little bit better. My mic is still too low. I got you, big dog. Don't trip, man. I can raise my mic up so you can hear me a little bit better, big dog. I got you, man. Don't trip. Let me see. If I do this real quick. Okay, check. Might be even still too. I got you though. Let me see. I'm gonna come up here and raise this up some more as well. Check. All right, let me check. Okay, check. Probably I'm not like way in front of the mic. You get it. You get the idea. I could turn it up right here too. Here we go. Check. Get it. Let me check over here. Check. Probably I'm not like way in front of the mic. You get it. You get the idea. I could turn it up right here. I can move the mic closer. Check. Get it. That man sounds crazy loud. The next thing I know, I'll be peaking and I'll be going way too loud and stuff. But anyway, let's just continue and move forward. So that's one way that you could do strums, right? So now we got some strums. I could even come over here and maybe add into an effect. I can add in guitar rig or, you know, something so I can make this guitar sound a little better, right? So I'll go ahead and add in guitar rig, and maybe I can find a guitar patch that I feel, you know, makes it sound really cool. Let's see if they got like a funk style genres, funk and soul. The issue is the music is too loud when your mic. Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah, so let's make those strums faster. But yeah, cool, because you can just create those strums. I think we need more. Well, you would have to ask yourself why you would need a mixer. When you say, I'm thinking about buying a mixer, why do you need a mixer would be the question. So, for example, if you say, I'm thinking about buying a mixer because I have, a lot of microphones. I have a lot of inputs that I want to be able to bring into my music production. I want to have 5 mics on a drum set. I also want to have guitar amps already mic'd up, and I want to have some line in. I want to be able to do some bussing. I want to be able to, use some outboard gear, get some compressions, and send some stuff into buses and see like all of those different wirings would be a reason why you would get when you say like a mixer, like a mixing console, something that has 16 channels or more is what I think of when I see like mixing channels. So like a Behringer or, a Presonus, they have these different digital mixers, for example. Some people even just get those digital mixers because it just adds to the environment of the studio, right? Like it just gives it that look when you have that digital mixer and the slides is sliding. But it really just depends on what you need. If you might only just need to upgrade or update your interface. So like I have a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So that 2i2 is fine for me. I got 2 inputs. I don't need anything else. 2 inputs and 2 outputs, a left and a right for the output. And then I have 2 microphones that I can input. I don't really need anything else outside of that. Now I could possibly get like a 4i4, maybe, and then that way I could go up to 2 more inputs, for example, right? And that could be helpful to run some things, in and out. Or even an 18, right? Even with an interface that has 18 inputs, with the Scarlett, that could be cool too. But like I said, it really is dependent upon what is the purpose of these inputs, right? What's the purpose of these inputs? So the mixer, so you can have that digital feel or that analog feel, like you're like moving the sliders up and down and stuff like that. That could be a reason for why you would get that, because you want the feel, you want the look, you want the tactile, everything like that. Those could be some reasons for it. Now, you could also just get a MIDI controller. They have MIDI controllers with faders that will allow you to program that to Reason or to your different DAWs, right? And so if you was to do something like that, then, you would, for one, it would be cheaper, right? It would be cheaper than getting it would be cheaper than getting an actual mixer, and you wouldn't have to have all of those inputs. So, what I'm saying, I know I said a lot, but that just opens it up. And then as you have more, thoughts that you want to include, just let me know. Let me see. It says, I want to be able to use outboard gear to make the music more competitive, 32 channels. Yeah, see, if you want something like that, and the reason why you want more channels is so that you can, like I said, probably you want more channels so that you can do more in terms of routing. You want to be able to, like, for example, if you were routing your music into a channel which had a bus that was set up to go to a compressor, set up to go to saturation, set up to go to a tape, like in the real world, you could set those buses up, and then as you run your channeling, that's going to give you a much better sound than what I could get coming out of the box. That's what they call it, coming out of the box. So everything that I'm doing here in Reason and, everything that I'm doing would technically be, coming out of the box. We're not actually doing anything. Like my microphone is going right into the interface that's coming out into OBS. My music is coming from Reason, the software, is going into the interface, is coming into the computer through OBS. So everything is, like I said, it's all out of the box. I don't have any other outboard gear. But as you have more outboard gear, then yes, that would be the reason for why you would have a mixing console, right? And so, from there it would just be like, all right, well, which one should I get? What features do you need? And then that will help you determine, which one you should get. When you start looking at, the features that you need, then you'll be able to say, all right, for sure, I definitely need this, and I need this many channels. So if you already know on 32, then, if you got the money, then yeah, no, it's not you wouldn't be tripping to get it. The only other thing I'm thinking about you saying is to be competitive. Like, I almost want to say you can really get a lot of stuff done without doing a lot of outboard gear, unless you're going to be recording vocals. Like, a lot of times people will have a certain microphone with a certain interface with a certain compressor, right? There's like a specific vocal chain that you would get, the U87 CLA compressor. I think that one's like 3700, something like that, 3800. So you would get that compressor, you would get that microphone, and then they have some other like boosters that you could do to give more warmth to the microphone chain. So I'm saying, like, all of that outboard gear would be the thing that would make the difference. So I don't know. I guess it's just different reasons for why you would do it. Great question though. Let's get back into the music. Great question. Great question. Okay, I'm coming back in with the music, y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this guy back up. I wonder if there's check. So I like to start making room for some of the sounds. We got a whole bunch of bass frequencies and stuff in some of these sounds. And if we're not using it, I like to come in and make some room. Use some of these filters. What up, Frank and Edie? Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I really think it depends on, what you're trying to do. So that's like, an example of what we could do with those polystep sequencer. And again, send to track. Once we hit send to track, that guy will copy over, and then we are out of the player. So now we have the notes here, and I can add in, some of that stuff that I was doing. Now, I think that we could probably find another instrument. This is ID8. Sometimes ID8 is really great because you can just get right into it. I think we probably could find another instrument that has, another guitar that has a little bit better, something like that. Yo, Chris, what is the best way to play keys over sample beats? Okay, the best way to play keys really over anything, first and foremost, is to know the key that you're in, is to know the key that you're playing in, right? That's the first thing. And then I would do it by layers. I would do it by layers and by steps. So what I mean by that is this. So let's say I have my sample and the sample is going and I want to add, like I said, I want to add some piano, right? Now, and let's say I happen to know that the key is F major. So F major it's just pretty much all white keys. You just got that one B flat that will give you a different key, right? So the first thing I need to do is just know my keys, right? So that would be my chords that I could play inside of that, inside of that groove, inside of that sample. Then I could get crazy and start, doing bigger chords, right? But it really doesn't matter. It's to take it step by step and, level by level. So of course, if I got my bass line, so if I go F and then C and then G and then A, let's just say that's what my keys are. See how it's like you just start building into it, right? You just start building it. So, of course, you can also split it, right? So what I'm saying is you can start simple with just your chords. And then, of course, you could do more complex chords. Right? So still the same thing, you're just playing chords. So that would be like step 2 or level 2. And then you could just start adding in notes in between that. And it don't really even matter what notes, right? You just add a note. So right there, I'm just adding one note. And then you can start adding more than one note. So you start with chords. So you start simple with simple chords that you know, and then you can maybe add bigger chords, have more complex chords instead of just the simple triads or the sustained chords, what I was doing. Maybe start adding in some sevenths, start adding in some even crazier chords, and then add in some notes in between your chords. Now, the last step is kind of like just improvisation, where it's like, oh, we adding in some stuff. We're adding in passing chords. We're adding in more notes. We're creating melody. We're maybe playing the chord in our left hand, and then we're playing, we're playing melody in our right hand. So as we're learning to play piano, we can play different things. So like I said, we're playing melody in right hand. And then in terms of just some tips in terms of like playing melody or playing keys, some things that we might overlook and, forget or not realize how powerful they are is like repetition, right? Just repeating something. Like you don't always have to play something different. Like you really could just play the same note. You know what I'm saying? And just by playing that one note, you know what I'm saying, a certain way, okay, so should I practice by ear? Of course, you should practice by ear, but even more so, you should learn the chords for that song. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you should learn the chords for that song. So you're using your ears to you can use the ears to figure out the chords. You could go online and just figure out the names of the chords. So at some point, if you don't know chords, like, okay, like if you called out a chord right now, I could figure it out, right? Like you just put certain numbers and letters together. That's chord notation, chord voicing. I could figure it out. Not everybody can do that just yet. So to some degree, you're definitely going to be playing by ear. You know what I'm saying? But more than playing by ear, it's just like having some structure, having some technique to build into what you're trying to do. And what you're trying to do is play along with the sample, right? You're trying to play over your beat with the sample. So it might even just be picking your spots. Like, oh, I don't need to do everything. Like I was doing all 4 chords. But maybe in the beat, you know, maybe you just play one thing and then wait for the next chord. Like we skipped the chord, see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it just depends on what you're trying to do. The last step is like improvisation, where you're just like, when you're just playing notes and you're just kind of playing around with a melody, or you're trying to find, you know, you're just trying to jam out or rock out. Like the main thing is learning the chords and learning the scale. Because once you have the scale, then as long as you're playing in the scale, you'll be okay. So F major, see how as soon as I play something outside of the scale, you can hear it immediately. That's not in the scale. That's not the scale. It has a very major feel. And the minute you play something that's out of that scale, you can hear it immediately, right? So that's the thing. So playing piano, learn your scales, learn your keys, learn your scales, and then just play along with it. And just remember, as music producers, we are not tied down to anything. The tempo of the song, the tempo of the sample might be 100 BPMs. You don't have to try to play at 100 BPMs. This track is at 120 or whatever. You don't have to do that. You could just slow it down. You feel me? Slow it down to something even slower. Now we at 90. I can very easily play this. Because I didn't have to play it as fast. See what I'm saying? So we can always just slow the tempo down, and then guess what? We played it at 90. Now we're gonna come over here, come back to 120, and because we have that ability as music producers to just, you know what I'm saying, do whatever we want. So we can slow the tempo down, play it half as fast, play one chord at a time. You know, you can just really take advantage of it when it comes to, you know, how do you play over these sample beats. You can really just take your time and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Good question. Thanks for asking. True, we need to just go ahead and clip that up. I wish I had somebody who can make some highlights for me. That would be dope. Let me see this. Where was it at? What's the best way to... What was the question he asked? Yo, Chris, play over sample beats. Where are we at? Is this it right here? I'm just making this little highlight clip real quick. Best way to play keys over sample beats. What's the best way? See now, see to me, that sound like that. Way to play keys. That mic sound loud to me. Best way to play keys. Somebody will say, no, it's not loud. It sound good. Right? It is really great because you can just get right into it. I think we probably could find another instrument that has, you know, a way to play keys over has a little. It is really great because you can. Yeah, it is really great. Way to play keys. Way to play keys. Another has a little bit better. Way to play keys over sample beat has a little bit better, something like that. Yo, Chris. Oh, I didn't take it down yet. But yeah, how to play keys when you don't know how to. Perfect. Yeah, like I wouldn't use that. I really would not use that that guitar. I really wouldn't use that guitar. I would definitely try to find something else, something a little more wavy, because the sound selection is important. That definitely sounds like some Casio keyboard stuff, and you know, we don't want Casio keyboard. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting real thick as we start adding, you know, more and more of these things. We're getting real thick. So instead of, you know, having something like that, I'm gonna come in here into Contact and I'm gonna type in pluck, and I'm gonna find a pluck that I feel I like a little bit better instead of that's cool. We're gonna turn down the reverb. Turn down the reverb though and the echo. I pretty much just want a plucky sound, right? So we just gonna drop the length, okay? Like bloom, bloom, bloom. Bloom, bloom, bloom. I think I might move them up. I think I might move them like up like that. And then let's make it even shorter, like. And then I'm gonna change the sound one more time. Let's see if I can find a different one. I actually do like that a little better. I might do a different melody or something like that. No problem, Frank. can even make that even wilder. We just need like a little coarse, a little like crazy. Audiomatic actually does have some really cool sounding stuff. So we can make it sound real. You know what I'm saying? Can make that sound real funky. Oh, so in all of that, right, I forgot to talk about the rest of the players because now we're playing MIDI keyboard, we're playing stuff, and we're supposed to be doing more than that. Sounds and samples. Welcome to the live streams. You use that Audiomatic on samples. Hey, man, it's like Frank's red hot sauce. I put that on everything. No. I needed like a drum. No, but for sure, yeah. DL, have a good night, man. Shout outs to you. Yes, you can put Audiomatic on anything, dog. Anything. So what I was about to say was we've been, making some beats and stuff, right? But one of the things that I did was for my drums. These drums are being generated with beat map, okay? So beat map is really cool. And before I just get into the weeds of beat map, I'm gonna go ahead and hit send to track. So I make sure that we have send to track, right? And for those that don't know, I've been trying to go live and or upload a video every day for the month of March. We're doing pretty good so far. We've been going. So that's the plan, is to try to do that. So we're just gonna, keep trying to do that. You probably hear a bunch of garbled noise whenever I hit that send to track. But that is just the sound of beat map doing its thing. So now let's look at beat map and let's look at what it's doing, with these drum sounds. So first I have this little like weird little sound. You probably can't even hear it with the rest of the beat. But it's like a little percussion, if you would. I'll put it over here so we can hear it a little more. Put it over here a little more. I like what that did to that guitar, man. I like what that did to that. Made it sound very psychedelic, man. Beat map is tight. So when we're looking at, these tracks, I'm using Battery. And I kid you not, this is exactly what I did. I found a random kit in Battery. I just loaded up a random kit in Battery. Super random. I didn't even try to find nothing. And I loaded up a beat map. And then this is the original beat map. So beat map, they have multiple maps. So they have temperate and arid and lava, uncharted, Arctic, and Tharsis. So I loaded up the regular, this is the regular one, and I just hit spawn. That's it. Spawn XY. So just from that, we got this, which is just a little, whatever. But you could hit spawn again, and it'll give you a different pattern. You can hit spawn again, it'll give you a different pattern. So now we got something more with some triplets and stuff in there. And same thing with this other beat map. Now with the other beat map, I was a little bit more specific with it and with the drum selection. So we're in Battery 4. This is Ancient Aliens kit. I thought they had some cool little sounds in there. So Ancient Aliens kit, and we're using Lava beat map. And I made sure I went in here and I chose specific keys, okay, for specific sounds. So you have your kick, snare, hat, and perk. I turn down perk down. If I turn perk up, it's going to change what you hear. See what I'm saying? So you can always turn up your density, and that means you'll have more of that note. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. now we got way more hat. Turn up the snare. But now, typically you could just leave everything at 50%. And here's a little tricky trick for you. If you want, you could leave everything at 50%, and then what you could do is, say you got everything at 50%, and then you just do an automation, dial everything up to 75%, right? And so now it's only 75% at this one part. So here's a regular beat. This will create a drum feel. So as we get to that 75, it'll change the density. See what I'm saying? So it just kind of alters it just a little bit. We can even go a little more extreme and go to like 100% if we want it. So we'll play the beat. You know what I'm saying? So you can create a drum fill with beat map. You can create a drum fill with beat map by automating the density on the kick, snare, and hi-hat, or whatever you're using. We can even add in percussion, for example, on that one spot, and by doing that we will add in more notes and create like a drum feel. So if we're playing it, we'll see this is our regular density, but then as we get to that next part, we'll see the density will kick up. See, that kind of creates that drum feel. We can even move this bar to just the last part of that bar. So now we got like a, now we got like a little drum feel, yeah. I like when I do stuff like that, like I did it on purpose, but it kind of sounded like it was on accident a little bit, yeah. So now we kind of created like a little drum feel that we can add in, right? All right, cool. Thank you for cheering for me. I appreciate the cheers. Thank you for the love. So we created that drum feel, and now we can add that drum feel into our beat. Our regular beat, right? So let's go back to our regular beat, and we'll unsolo everything, and then we'll take a listen. And if we want, we can come in here, we can highlight everything, note tools, alter notes, hit alter notes a couple times, and now we got another drum feel. Now, that one didn't really work out. Yeah, but see, as we're doing it, it's like working out, right? So alter notes is another thing you can do. You can just hit the alter notes a couple of times till you get one that you like. See what I'm saying? I like that one a little better. And then probably the only thing I would change with this one is what happened on the hi-hats. I might just keep the hi-hats a little more chill. Oh, I haven't saved this beat yet either. Hopefully it doesn't crash out on me. Don't crash out. Hey Jamal, don't spin the block. Riding on my enemies. But yeah, you can, yeah, see, we can create like a drum fill, right? Let me see what Frank say. You hit automation and copied to make the drum fill. So specific more. Oh wait, cancel this thing. So to be more specific with what we did, yes, I guess that's the easiest way to put it. So let's see, how else can we say it or explain it or whatever, right? So here we are. We got beat map, right? Beat map is already set. Pretty much, if we can change anything that automates, then that automation will create a feel, if you would, right? So for example, we also have this other thing called mirror. I might zoom in real quick so you can see this even closer, man, because beat map is pretty dope. And that's one thing I noticed about Reason in general. It really starts getting dope once you start looking at the things that make it dope. Okay? So if I'm playing the beat and I start turning up this mirror, for example, now I'm adding in something that wasn't there before. And you can automate that. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be up all the time. So you can automate that. So when I click automation, okay, I click this edit automation right there. I get this edit automation window, and then I can draw in my automation, or I can record my automation. So I can hit record. I can start playing it. And then I can drum down. Let me see, is it recording it though? Okay, now it's recording it. See what I'm saying? I can just add in that automation. And then I can animate some more stuff. So now it drew in that edit automation, right? So same thing with, you know, these other notes. So we can do the same thing with the other mirror as well, right? So, and that helps us to create a drum feel when we're using that automation with beat map. Okay, we can create a whole feel because we're slightly changing it, but not all the way, right? We're not changing the pattern all the way. We're just changing something about it. Now, if we change the density by hitting edit automation, we change the density of all of these things. For example, now we didn't change the density. We didn't add it in something else, and we copy over this automation, right? We copy this automation to now. Now we have a bunch of things changing. See what I'm saying? Now we got a whole nother. Now we have a whole different feel. So because we're changing the density of those notes. And you can see like how you draw the pattern really makes a difference because we have this stop that's happening at the end where all of the density turns off. Right on cue as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's hear that in context with the beat. Giving those really quick, you know, triplet sounding feels like you would get, you know what I'm saying, that old school Timbaland vibe. And that's how you could do that with beat map. So beat map, chord sequencer, and polystep sequencer, and of course the players, they go on and on and on and on. The list of players and what the players can do really just goes, you know, just above and beyond, because we have baseline generator, of course, that can be used to add some variety to this baseline that we created, right? So let's go find our baseline. Our baseline should be sample tank. Here it is. I'll drag in baseline generator. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see, baseline generator. Oh, sample tank. Where is it? That's not the one. That ain't the one though. This is the one. This is the one. It might. Now, baseline generator, they have patches. You can also just hit randomize. See, I'm hitting randomize and it will just trigger it in. And what baseline generator will do is it'll read, let me see where we at. It will read the notes that are here. So we only have this simple pattern here, but it'll read those notes and then it'll apply it to the pattern that it creates. Now we just hit randomize, so it's just creating something random, right? I kind of like something about this one. Should be A sharp. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, we can just hit randomize a couple more times. You can change over here the different patterns, get you more patterns. And the thing about baseline generators, like To be honest, it doesn't really feel like it's used its best for soulful bass lines. It seems like it uses its best when it comes to like like techno-y bass lines. So that's disco. That's cool, right? But that don't really work for this. You know what I'm saying? So you just play around with the patches. You can get in there and just remember, like, all we had at the beginning was we just had this. Boom. Okay, my bad, y'all. Let me see what's popping over here. Is hat and perk triggering the same MIDI note as G sharp 1? So we're back on beats. Let me see. Hat and perk, yes. And this one it is. So right here, G sharp 1, G sharp 1, they are both triggering the same thing. But that's why on this one the density is down. But yes, and you can change what's being generated, what's being triggered, right here. So E1, F1, A sharp, all of these things can be changed to whatever note you want it to be. Like when I get to playing on the MIDI keyboard, for example, let me get over here to the MIDI keyboard. So I can make this, I can fix this to be anything I want it to be. So I can hit this learn button right here, and now I can come over here and I can say, oh, the kick, I want the kick to be this sound. And the snare, I want the snare to be this sound. And this, I want this to be this sound. And this, I want this to be this sound. So now when I play it, it sounds totally different. Yes. So, for example, the next thing Sounds and Sample was saying is in terms of the CV players. So, when they first came out with Chord Sequencer and Bassline Generator, they demoed this. And by they, I mean Matthias and Ryan Harlan. They demoed this on a Reason live stream, how you can load up a Chord Sequencer. I can just load up an extra one here. I can just load up a Chord Sequencer and I can load up a Bassline Generator. And from this Bassline Generator and this Chord Sequencer, they can talk to each other. So if I tab to the back, I can see right here they have these CV ins and CV outs. So for example, if I'm looking at this CV out, I can say, oh, root note. I want my root note CV out. I can drag that into the CV in of Bassline Generator. And I can say, oh, hey, I want the root note to follow whatever the root note of this Chord Sequencer is, right? So a little bit of a setup there, but CV out, root note, goes into root note CV in of Bassline Generator, or vice versa, right? Or vice versa. You could do vice versa, right? And then you can... I remember I use this. I use this for something specific. But I'm gonna just create something over here. I'm gonna just create something and I'm gonna change the pitch real quick. So if I play this Chord Sequencer. Ooh. Hey. Ho. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And I hate that I be like offbeat. Hold on, let me see. Let me find a 4 on the floor. 4 4 on the floor. Okay, cool. Now we can add in some bass line. You know what I'm saying? Find a little bass line. Let me get everything playing together. But the important part is that you can see I didn't change anything, right? I just loaded in the players, and the players will add in these ID8s because you can't just have a player sitting on the rack randomly. So if you load in a player that doesn't have a destination, it will automatically for you. It will load in an instrument, so it will be able to play that, right? So, you know, nothing groundbreaking here with this track we just created. You know what I'm saying? Except the fact that it's all basically being generated, you know, by itself. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the, yeah, everything has a, yeah, everything, I always forget that everything has patches. You know what I'm saying? So you could just... But yeah, like we didn't really do anything there. We just loaded up something and then, you know, it just automatically can just play itself, right? So with the right tempo, with the right key, with the right patch, you could just make whatever. So now I just loaded up a new... So we just loaded up a new patch. So where it gets, you know, really good is when you start, instead of using ID8, right, you start implementing your, you know, you start implementing your stuff, and you say, okay, instead of this, I want this. So instead of these drums, let's not use the ID8 drums. Let's pull up Contact and let's go to Empire Breaks. I like Sesame Kit. Let's go to Sesame Kit. I think of that like we're going to Sesame Street. So now if I listen to the drums now, that's interesting. Hey, that's totally different than what we was just playing, right? So now we have that. Now, and then we can say, okay, instead of that bass, I don't want that bass. That bass don't sound the greatest. You know, let's add in a different bass. So now we come over here to Moto bass. And now we got a different bass for the Moto bass. You know what I'm saying? Something with a little more, something with a little more, something, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find me something. Okay, let me see. I even want to change this. Let me see real quick. They be having all kind of stuff. Let me get to the synth. Let's see, what else can we play in here instead of this? Let's go to electric piano. That's a pop. Okay. Give me some. So anyway, it's like, you can really just go crazy. Log drum. Yeah, there are some log drum stuff. I'm gonna save this joint real quick and then I'm gonna jump into something else. So this one was some laid back grooves. We'll put this into R&B, I think. But yeah, that's some stuff you can do in Reason. There's a tutorial for you right there. Let me mute this stuff. Let's pull this guy in. Yeah, so there you go. That's what we made in here. That's that. Okay, cool. Somebody was asking about some log stuff. I feel like I have a perfect thing that we can pull in. So log drum is a specific kind of sound. It has this like hollow kind of like synthy sound, and it's used in Afrobeats. It's used in. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. I know it's probably sounding crazy. Hold on, real quick. So I'll show you what I did with this track right here, because this one uses a lot of that or whatever. Oh yeah, I had some other I did have some other Afrobeat stuff I was working on. So here's a log drum patch that I found. I think this one is I think you can find it in monotone. It's not called log though. It's called, see, I named it this, but it's not called log drum. But I felt like that one had the sound. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing some stuff. Oh, I am. I'm missing some arcade. But yeah, so that's one example of some log drum stuff that you can do. And yeah, monotone has it. I'm gonna see if this other Afrobeats track has that log drum. But the patch is found in monotone. So it's a bass patch that you can find in monotone to get you some Afrobeat stuff. Now, if you're looking for like some different loops and stuff like that, of course, Splice will be like your best bet. BPM Create, or finding something online, some kind of drum kit online. It's gonna be your best bet to get you some kits and some different or arcade. Arcade has some cool stuff. Some of this stuff is arcade as well. Yeah, that's just too loud. And I think that there's a even better log drum. Now, so the trick that I did for the log drum is to use polystep, and I do recommend using polystep. He said, "See, she was cooking." Hey, shout outs to you, man. I do recommend using polystep with the log drum because, as you can see my pattern that I drew in right here. And when you have these different, the variations of the polystep, that's what you want. See what I'm saying? Because that's what the sound that I typically hear. The piano and the log drum. That's what the sound I typically hear. It's like a lot of triplets, and you could use that same technique with 808s too. Because I'm starting to hear a lot of like 808s. Like basically, this is what I think happened. I think one day somebody accidentally dropped in a hi-hat pattern on a 808 drum file, and then they heard like all of these sounds. Like they heard these sounds and it was like, oh, this sounds good. And it was like, yeah, let's keep that. Like, cause it just sounds so crazy. Like it doesn't sound like what you would think it would sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody played that, but it's like, yeah, people, they did play it, and they're getting like so creative with these 808 patterns, dog. They're getting real creative with these 808 patterns. But I just say that to say, polystep sequencer, you could use your 808s for that, you know what I'm saying, as well, because you can draw in that pattern. It's the same thing as drawing it in on the sequencer. I just happen to think that polystep sequencer is a little bit better than Reason's bass piano roll, right? It's just a little bit better than that. So yeah, this is the Afrobeat track that I cooked up. I think that's just loud. And there is a VST out there with the log drum that sounds even better. I'm gonna try to find that original patch. It's an original patch from Monotone. See, Monotone has really dope bass lines, really dope bass sounds, by the way. Man, that's dope. I'm just looking for that log drum. I'm looking for that. This is a good one too. That's a good one. But there is a certain patch. So I'm looking for that patch for you. I think that one's good too. I think that could work for that log drum, but that's not the one. Man, that's a good bass. Okay, now this is a good one. Okay, FM pluck bass. FM pluck. I think that one you can definitely. No, I did not put it. It's FM pluck bass. Pluck bass. FM pluck bass. Okay, I think that one. I think you can do some. I think if you do some changes to this one, you can get to that FM to that log drum sound. Like, let me see. I'm gonna take my patch and I'm gonna apply it to that one. Let me see. This one right here. That's cool. It has like a little delay on it. That's kind of interesting. But again, that's not exactly the one. But I think you can do some. Man, I'm not finding it. There it is. There it is, guys. Dear Mr. Bongo. Dear Mr. Bongo. Yeah, and then so what I did was I just resaved it as log drum bass because I was like, yeah, I want that to be. That's it right there, man. Yeah, I just took out some of them highs. That's it right there. That's it right there. But I think I have an even better example of some Afrobeat stuff, some newer stuff that I was cooking up. I have an example of some of that Afrobeat stuff. Let me see my time. What's my time on my stream? Oh, we went over. We was only supposed to do an hour tonight, guys. Wow. Wow, guys. You guys pulled it out of me, man. Pause. Bugazi. Wait. I'm finna say somebody's name wrong again. I'm always saying somebody's name wrong again. Bulagazi, welcome to the stream. Jeremiah McCoy as well, welcome. Sounds and Samples been hanging out. Shout outs to y'all. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I shout people out when they come into the stream for the first time. Great stuff. I am from country of Amapiano, but did not want to use FL for log sound. Let me see real quick. Great stuff. I am from country of Amapiano, but did not want to use FL for the log sound. But damn, you have been of great help. Now I can stick to my reason where I am more comfortable. Hey, I'm always glad if I can help out. And just being able to help out like that, that's tight, man. Listen, I'm glad. Now I do need to verse myself a little bit better on the Amapiano, that part, like that specific part. Shout out to South Africa in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to y'all, bro. Yeah. I felt like I turned up a little bit more on these. You feel me? Hold on. Let me show y'all what we was doing. Sounds and samples, man. You gotta cook something up, bro. Cook something up, man. Yeah, I like that one, man. I found them samples, them vocal samples, vocal chops. Oh, yeah. Super inspired, man. Finding new sounds will definitely get you like just inspired in general. You feel me? Contact. Okay, so basically once a stream, I always do this as well so that you guys know where I'm getting some of these sounds from. Okay, so especially with that last track that we just pulled up, majority of those sounds, including the guitar, the organ, the drums, the vocal chop sample, a majority of those sounds came from Native Instruments, Contact 8, and a lot of their Contact library stuff. And I am using the 360 Essentials, and that really does give you a wide range of instruments and sounds that you can get basically for, I think right now it's like $15 a month. Now, if you was, if you was lucky enough like me, you got it in a little early, then you could probably be getting it at $9.99. And if you decide to pay for a full year of the subscription, this is a subscription. If you pay for it yearly instead of monthly, you can save more on that as well. So this is just a glimpse at some of the stuff that's here. And like I said, when you see this right here that says Afrobeats, that's just to tell you like, oh, there are samples there. This Afrobeats expansion pack, there are drums, vocals. So we're talking rim shots, we're talking loops as well, not just the one shot, but we're talking loops of hi-hats, loops of rim shots, loops of kick drums, stuff like that that can really get you started and really get you going, kind of like this. Listen. If you want sounds like that, you need to go to nativeinstruments.com and pick up the subscription, okay? Native 360 Essentials is the one that I got, and that will get you those sounds that are featured in that track. I'm talking about drums, kicks, rim shots, hi-hats, shakes, all of that Afrobeat stuff that you just heard. The guitar, dog, is super dope. And that's for $15 a month. Okay. Now, if you can afford a little bit more, you can get the 360 Plus, or you can get the 360 Pro, right? And then you'll have access to all of that stuff. You don't have to use only Native Instruments stuff as well. You don't have to only use their Contact players and stuff like that, because you can load in those samples into Reason as well. Okay, so you can load them into a Mimic, or you can load them into a NNXT, because that is something that I did as well. Here's one of the things I loaded up into a Mimic. Here's another rim shot that's straight from them. I loaded that into the redrum as well. Here's all of these different samples that you can see here. All of these samples can be found inside of their kit. So this is their kit that they have. They have a bunch of kits. You can load them into Reason. So you don't have to use Contact Player either. You can just load them into Reason as well. Okay. So if you're looking for that, man, that is where you can get those sounds. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Cool. And yeah, like this one, stuff like this, really, like stuff like this, I'll be like, man, oh my God, it just irritates me, bro. Stuff like that where it's like, wow, listen to this beat. Like, listen to all of the different stuff that's happening in it. Like, we got this breakdown with the flute. I appreciate that. Yeah. And it's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Polystep will be my gym of every night. You know what I'm saying? Polystep is my gym for every night. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I really like Polystep sequencer for sure. So might even just change the title of this to players instead. Reason 13 tutorial, using players to, using players, using players. Okay. Using players to make hits. Yeah, there you go. All right, for sure. It's just so much stuff happening in the track, and it's just like, I know it was nothing but like the Holy Spirit that was like guiding me, because I'm like, yo, what was I doing? What was I thinking when I was like making this? That don't happen. That don't happen every time we sit down to make beats. As per our example from the beginning of the live stream, like that don't happen every time we sit down to make beats, where it's just like, oh wow, like, hey, listen to this. If I could afford it, bro, man, if I could afford it. My camera's jittery. Is it jittery? DJ Steez, I appreciate that, man. That's a good suggestion. I'm gonna try that on our next stream. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. Sounds. If I had it, bro, it wouldn't even be it would be nothing to stop us from it. If I had it, it's a wrap, dog. In other words, just in case we didn't understand. If I had it, man, that definitely would be what I would go for. But it's like, dang, bro. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. But for sure, over the subscriptions, even like the subscription is cool. Like, I still have not paid what I would have paid for the upfront price, right? I don't have even at a year, that's $120. But I had a hack. I had a secret hack. Okay. If you get a business credit card. Okay, I got a business credit card from US Bank. That business credit card gave me a $100 software credit for my business. Now, typically people use that for QuickBooks, or they use it for Squarespace, for their websites. I was like, I'm finna use that joint for Native Instruments, okay? So $100 software credit. What they do is, you pay it, right? And then they just put $100 credit on your credit card. So basically, for a full year of that subscription, I only paid $20. Now, if you could be so lucky to find you a credit card, that has that same kind of setup, a business software credit, then you could use that software credit for any software subscription. So not just Native Instruments, but Reason subscription. You could use it for Premiere, Adobe Premiere, because I do also have Adobe Premiere. You could use that for anything. You know what I'm saying? Fab Filter, all of that type stuff. You could use it for that. So that would just be, in terms of like, how do we get around this whole money problem issue situation? How do we get around that? And one of those ways is, being creative. So I was like super hyped when I saw that, a business credit card that gave me $100 software credit. I'm sure there's other credit cards that's not necessarily business credit cards. I didn't have to have an LLC, by the way, either, to do that business credit card. I just had to DBA with the bank, doing business as, you know what I'm saying? DBA, set up a business account with the bank, got me a business credit card. Boom, like I said, $100. Send me it's every year. $100, send me $100 and pay that through Native Instruments. So I only really pay like $20 a year. So I haven't spent what it would cost in order to get the full software, right? If I was to just get the whole package, let's just look to just be 100% sure, so we can just know. Cause I was about to like throw out some numbers like $3,500, and though it is pricey, it's not that pricey. It's not that pricey. It's not that pricey. But if I was to get complete, the complete is what they're called, and I think they are up to number 15 now. So if I was to get complete, let's say, let me see something real quick. Oh man. Yeah. Let me see. I'm just trying to show you guys this. Go over here. Okay, here we go. So if I was to get the complete, by the way, even complete select, even this one for $100, technically is worth it. Like, that's technically worth it. Like, if you just could just only get the $100, it's worth it. But for example, complete 15 standard is $500. So yeah, that's something, man. That's something. $500. I think you have to have, when it says update, the update is if you have complete 14 standard. So you can't just you can't upgrade from complete 15 select or something like that or whatever. But yeah, when you update this, that's the update price that they're talking about right there with the update price. So $500 gets you some pretty decent sounds. Complete 15 standard, you pretty much get essentially the same things that you get with the subscription. You pretty much get the same things with the addition of some sounds, but you get a lot of the same stuff with this standard. Let me see what you don't get. You do get this with the subscription. You get all three of these with the subscription. Yes. You don't get this session percussionist. Oh, man, I wish I had some money. Oh my God. Session bass is upright bass. If you into upright bass, jazz, and stuff like that. Electric keys. Now, I don't know about Phoenix, but Diamond does come with it. Diamond is super dope. So this electric keys Diamond is super dope. I don't know about Phoenix. Man, that sounds dope. Cool. Isotope vocal synth. Oh, it's a way to put some effects on your, what's the name? Put some effects. So play series, you get some of these play series. You do get Bouquet, you get Knocked, you get Utopia, you get all of these. Yeah, you get a bunch of these. I think the only thing you don't get is like 40 zone keys and stuff like that. The expansions, yeah, you get all of that too. So you do get a bunch of stuff. A lot of this stuff, like I said, is included in the subscription, right? But you get even more than what the subscription gives you. And then if you go to the next level with complete, we're talking about $1,000. I think the only time you need to get the last one, the only time you need to get the collector's edition is if you know for a fact that you're going to be doing like film scores. Like you're going to be like getting film and you're going to be like doing orchestras, because really that's what it really adds. It adds a lot of the orchestral elements. So a lot more strings, a lot more percussion, a lot more, all of the different things that it adds in terms of like creating a score for a movie. That's when you want to go for that, right? But, if you're just making beats, you probably could just get by with a standard. And if you want to get crazy with your beats, then Ultimate, right? So Ultimate is going to start adding in a lot more of this stuff. Like, now, when I saw they added a new Alicia Keys, I was super hyped for it. But the style of keys is not what I was not what I thought it would be, so it's whatever. So Contact A, like I said, you still get all of that. So this is some new stuff. Action woodwinds. Oh, that's crazy. Valves. Super crazy. Vocal colors. No, you don't get any of that in the subscription that I'm on. Choir. I don't think you get that. That's not in there either. Alicia's keys. It's not in there either. That's not in there. Session ukulele. Interesting. That's not in there either. Play series instruments. Okay, for sure. 28 orchestral cinematic instruments. 57 sampled instruments. So you like, so you know, just showing the differences. And there's a way that you can see the full list as well. You can see just the full exact list of what comes in it and what doesn't. I think if you go to compare, I think is what it is. Yeah, there it is. Now you can see the comparing. And let me see. Where does it show you the real difference in terms of what you get? So here's a big section of stuff that you don't get. When you get the ultimate, there's some stuff that you don't get. There's some stuff you don't get. This looks like, what is this? This is expansion. Oh, this is expansion packs. Okay, so not that stuff. You get all of that in there. 17 of those. So you pretty much get all of the same effects. So if it's effects you're looking for, you don't get more effects by getting the ultimate bundle. You could really just get the standard. You can get the middle one if you're worried about effects. Okay, synthesizers. Same thing with the synthesizers. You only get one extra synthesizer that you don't get when you get the ultimate. So yeah, I don't know if that one is the one that's going to do it for you. But right here, this is where we see some difference. Symphony series, brass ensemble, brass solo, percussion, string, woodwind. You only get that in there. Stradivari violin, Stradivari cello, Guarneri violin, emotive strings. You only get that with the ultimate. Action strings too. Oh, you get action strikes, action woodwinds. You get some of that. But you get more if you go with the ultimate. So that's what I'm saying. Only really for that orchestral type stuff. The cinematic, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Cinematic. Only with the cinematic stuff doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just signed up for the essential trial. Thanks. I think you told me last time there was a subscription. I didn't know before. Wish Fab Filter had one. It's been missed since trailing. Shout outs to you, man. I think even just by one person signing up to Native Instruments subscription means that Native Instruments, you should holla at me. Holla at me, Native Instruments, man. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine how many more subscriptions we could get in. You know what I'm saying? Just hook me up so I can show the people what this stuff really look like. Anyway, I'm so thirsty. I'll be thirsty as heck. All right, so that would be nice, though. It would be nice. If somebody got the hookup with Native Instruments, let me know. So I think overall, I might even decide to up my subscription before I decide to just buy a complete. Also because with the subscription, all right, so look at what you got, right? I think with the subscription, I could just show you right now instead of just throwing out numbers. Let me see. Native Instruments. Is this the one? Properties. Okay, so here's my Native Instruments folder. You guys can see this, right? 133 gigabytes. That's the Native Instruments folder. So 133 gigabytes. I think I even have a better way that I can do this real quick. I like this app. It's called Tree Size or something like that. Wouldn't that be dope? Go to Guitar Center. He said, I sell my entire future catalog of art, music, just to have all the resources at undisturbed time. Go to Guitar Center. Usually they have like a whole setup. Like you can like see like Usually they have a keyboard and a computer, and you can look at the software, and they'll have like Reason, they'll have like a DAW, and typically they will have the full install of Native Instruments instrument. It's super dope, dog. Every time I'll be like, oh my God, this is so tight. But just go there so you can see what it feel like. You feel me? Go to Guitar Center just so you can see what it feel like when you open up that freaking computer and you just see that list of Native Instruments. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, man. Okay, I was just trying to see. I'm just doing some geeky, nerdy stuff now because I'm supposed to be going to bed, but I ain't going to bed, so whatever. All right, fine. Okay, so this shows everything, right? So here we go. Native Instruments. Oh, okay. So here we go. So just to show you, right? Native Instruments has 133 gigabytes. 133 gigabytes of space in order to get all of these instruments and expansion packs and stuff that I have, right? So 133 gigabytes of space. That is to compare to how much you actually get. Now, when you look at this, only 133 on the subscription, but just with standard, there is at least 167. There's at least 167 gigabytes. So double the gigabytes, basically, maybe a little bit more of space, of sounds, of instruments that I am not experiencing. That's a lot, dog. So this is my download folder that we got, and it ain't even nowhere close. 133 gigabytes. Just to put into perspective also, by the way, these guys are crazy, man. So IK Multimedia, shout outs to y'all. IK Multimedia did hook me up, okay, with Piano Verse is what it's called. I'm gonna show y'all Piano Verse now because I'm talking about it, but it's a reason why I want to show it to y'all and why I'm talking about it. Okay, so here is Piano Verse, and I'm just gonna try to pull up a piano here. So I'm pulling up piano. Okay, sorry, I don't have that one loaded in. Let me pull this one up. It's so many samples and so many files. I told you, all of those Native Instruments, we're talking loops, drum sounds, samples. We're talking a lot of stuff with Native Instruments. Just for Piano Verse. No, and I don't want that. That's too much. Just give me something chill. Just for Piano Verse, if you look at the file size, just for Piano Verse, it's 110 gigabytes. So just 23 shy. And it's so crazy because they just have so many crazy sounding pianos. And really, if you're looking for like a very unique piano, this is the place to get it. See what I'm saying? Very unique. Very unique. So I just bring that up to just show you like very unique sounds. IK Multimedia did indeed hook me up. When they first came out with Piano Verse, they was like, hey, would you like to try Piano Verse? We'll send you all of the samples. You'll have, access to it. We just want you to do a live stream. We want you to review the product, make a video about it or something like that. And, we'll just send it to you. And they sent it to me. Over 100 gigabytes worth of freaking sounds. That's super dope. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to them for sending it to me. Let's do a little bit of This Christmas. I think I know one more. It's not Christmas time, but I was practicing my Christmas song. What is it? It's a. Oh, God. Well, I have to practice that one a little bit more. That's I don't want a life for Christmas. I have just one thing. Man. Oh man, I'm about to start chopping in a few if you keep it up. Go ahead, man. You want some inspiration? You know what I'm saying? Those chords can move more than Christmas. Keep it going. Yeah, if you want some stuff, look, let me see. Let's do some stuff, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Shout me out. Yeah, but I really do like these. really like they have like a really good like tacky feel, you know what I'm saying? They have a really good pop 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 pop. Really good. Really good. You know what I'm saying? I fixed my chair height. Boom, 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 boom. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. But I hope you like the show. Dang, y'all thought that would be crazy if I just left. I just booked and kicked rocks right there, right? I can see where that is and where it can go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing, big dog. At this point, I'm like begging people to collab with me, dog. Let's do it. Go for it, man. Do something tight. All right, we're gonna get ready to head out. I wanted to do one more thing because there is this basically I wanted to create this outro, and every time I do it, I never have it, man. I want to create this outro. Let me see. It was unfortunate when my OBS started tripping. Basically, that was really trash. So the OBS was tripping, and because it was tripping and it was trash. Bye, CBC voter. I'll catch you later. I have to like redo all of my stuff. Now, for the most part, I got everything back where it needs to be. For the most part. So, for example, like most of my stuff that I wanted and that I needed, I got it where it needs to be. Most of the stuff. There's still some stuff that I need to fix and get, situated, you know what I'm saying, back where it needs to be. But for the most part, everything is pretty much where it needs to be. So I was able to get, okay, here we go. See, look, I found it. I found my arrow wipe. Let me see if it's gonna do it correctly. Hold on real quick. I'm finna see something real. Nope. So I gotta fix the timing of that. Okay, so but close. Transition point, put it at 1,000 milliseconds. Okay, let me see real quick. Boom. All right. Okay, cool. So it did work. I don't think it actually even needs to be that long, but like it's stuff like that. Like I gotta set up stuff in my stream in order to be able to get stuff back how it's supposed to be. See, like right there, it cut off too soon. So it is longer than it's like 1100. It's like 1200 milliseconds maybe. I'm gonna try one more time, test. And then boom. Okay, cool. That's smooth. So that's doing what it needs to do. Okay, the next thing that I wanted it to do is I wanted it to play something when we finished. Let me see. I could just record it right now. Like I could just record it in and just do it right now and that could be something that we do. But I don't think I necessarily want to do that either. But I do want. Oh, didn't I get something? I thought I downloaded something recently. So this, I'm just talking about stuff for the live stream. So, you know, when you start the live stream, you want to start the live stream a certain way. You end the live stream, you want to end the live stream a certain way. Basically, when I was doing my live stream before, you know, I had some stuff set up. Now I got to fix the setup and, you know, fix it and make it look how I want it to look, right? So, especially since we're going to be doing the live streams, I'm trying to do them as consistent as possible and do them multiple times throughout the week. So with that being said, I want to kind of create the environment and the atmosphere that I want to create for the live streams. So one of those things that I was working on is the exit, right? It's the outro part. It's leaving everybody with, you know, that last, you know, thing to say bye, thanks for coming through, appreciate y'all. At first, I basically would just leave and then just basically just go off or whatever. Like it would just be like, all right, thanks for watching. All right, bye, see y'all later. But now I kind of want to, you know, do a little something more. So I'm just trying to create some stuff and you know, make it dope. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to put a little beat. I'm just going to put a little beat, something on here, maybe that has like a goodbye feel or something, as I get ready to do that. And might as well, you feel me, in terms of like taking my time. I was finna rush off and just head out. But the music part of the stuff is done. I'll probably cut all of this stuff out anyway. That's too sad. Oh, let me check something real quick. We have, okay, 16 likes. Okay, shout outs to y'all, man. What does that say? It says, to all the viewers that made it this far. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have been watching, you know what I'm saying? Checking it out. Sweetwater be holding it down when you need an option on your investment. Man, you know, sometimes you gotta like invest. Sometimes you gotta spend a little bit. You know. Basically want something to say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all later on the next one. I think I want something smoother than that. I do like this one a lot. I need to create a loop of this. I need a loop of just this, like just playing, you know what I'm saying? Just this part without the drums. Hey, dun 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm gonna see if I play something else. I like that one. Oh yeah. It just doesn't give like heading out vibes. I want something with like heading out vibes, you know, like hey, the stream is ending. Goodbye everybody. We out of here. We'll catch y'all later. We catch you later. 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 I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna see how it feels. I'm gonna see. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for watching the stream. You guys are awesome, bro. Shout outs to all my day ones. Shout outs to the channel membership. Shout outs to everybody that's been watching the live streams. Shout outs to my boy who dropped the super chat today. I really appreciate you, Brazuka, for dropping that super chat, bro. That definitely is very helpful every time and anytime you guys drop super chats or sign up for the membership. I guess that's something I should bring up as well. When you sign up for the membership, there is samples and loops and stuff like that you can get from my membership tab on YouTube. So if you sign up for the membership, if you join the membership, you get access to those things. And if I cook up something and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna just drop this for all of my members, that's where you'll be able to download that. So that's just something that you'll be able to get as well. So just want to make sure I tell everybody about that too. I appreciate y'all, man. You guys have a good night. Peace. Yeah, I feel like that's like too banging. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's too banging for an outro. We need something chill, dog. Like something like not too like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something a little more chill, bro. It just came in too tight. Like that was just like crazy. Way too much. I don't think I got nothing chill enough. I just want something. Oh. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Let me see. Outro song. That could work. It's like pretty chill. It don't sound like it's about to like start up with something new, you know? Yeah, it don't even sound like it's about to start up with something brand new or anything like that either. Like it seems pretty chill. Like it seemed pretty chill. Like it's not finna start up with anything brand new. Okay, now I'm finna do some extra stuff. I'm finna come in here and do some extra. I'm finna load. Oh my God, Chris, go to bed. But this was important to me. This part of it was very important to me. I wanted to create the vibe, the full vibe. So this part's important to me. It's in exports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up. No, see, it's not supposed to do stinger on every one of them. It's supposed to do move. It's only supposed to do stinger on the last one. Okay, cool. No. Stop that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, the rest of these is not supposed to be one. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I like that sound, I'm going to find that track. Okay, I think it's called this one. Oh God, there's too much stuff happening. Where was it? What's it called? Hip Hop Beat Polytone Demo. Okay, Hip Hop Beat Polytone Demo. Okay, I'm going to open it up and I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to take out some of the stuff and I'm going to make it a certain length. So that way, you know what I'm saying? That way when it finishes, it's like finished. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to take all of this right here. It's 11 o'clock, dog. You gotta love yourself or nobody else will. Nobody else will. Nobody else will. Gotta love yourself or nobody else will. Nobody else will. Yeah, because I like that. We're just going to cut out all of this stuff. I just want it to be short and sweet and maybe like loop a little bit. So now the question is, should I make it loop or should I just make it do like that quick little like 20-second situation? Like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, it's for sure this. Like, it's ending. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, wrapping up, finna close out. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for coming. You know, everybody pretty much heading out. Just this last little sound. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just boom. Yeah. I like that. Loop. Okay, so instead of doing that, it should loop a little bit. Cause okay. How about this? Let's do it like this. I'll just play it like a couple of times, and then eventually it's gonna do that. Maybe like, yeah, that's like a minute. So now it's gonna do this. No, this is gonna play after the stinger comes up. So I think it should just be one. I think it's just one. I think it's just one. I think we come in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you when I do it right now. So we're gonna export it as, okay, this is the outro music for the live stream. Okay, so we're just gonna save that. All right, I need a MISC folder. Okay, we're gonna save that outro music for the stream. Wait, cancel this because this is too much. Let me see. I don't think it needs to be that long. I think it's like here. And then we can even come over here and just automate this master volume just seeping out. Okay, just go ahead and just make that a 0 here. And then okay, great. Now, export song. This is our live stream outro music stinger. Okay, live stream outro music stinger. Hit save. Hit OK. It's gonna make a bunch of gobbledygook sounds. Okay, cool. We can close Reason. That's okay. Close that. Close this. We don't need this no more. Don't need this. Don't need this. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Does it show y'all? Okay, cool. So now y'all can see my setup. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm saying in terms of what I was gonna do. So here's my scene right here. So I'm gonna change the output song. We want the song to be what we just created. So I'm going over here to 2025 MISC live stream outro music. Okay, so it's not gonna loop, it's gonna close. Okay, that's okay, that's there. Okay, and then it has this little play, it has this little file that it's gonna play as well. Okay, cool. So from here, that means everything is set. It's all set to where it needs to go. I'm going to go ahead and close this out right here. And then we're going to test it. Okay. And then that'll be it. Okay. So we ending the stream this time. For real this time. Hey, Jeremiah McCoy. Shout outs to you, my boy. Bulagazi. Shout outs to you. Thanks for coming through. CBC Voter. Thanks for coming through. Genius. Thanks for coming through, my boy. Sounds and Sample. Appreciate you for coming through as well. And to all of my channel members, thanks for supporting the channel. We are going to keep this train going. Okay, we have been doing a live stream or some kind of video, some kind of upload every single day. So we're going to keep that going for the rest of this month. Okay, y'all pray for me and y'all be there with me. Encourage me so that we can get this in. Okay, get this going. 30 days straight, 31 days, how many ever days it is in this month. We're going to try our best to keep this going. Okay, we've been doing good so far and I hope to just keep it going, man. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all have a blessed night, man. Until next time, peace.